are here to talk about amazing, phenomenal people that I know. And I can't wait to share, and I can't wait for you guys to hear so much that I have to say. And let's just dig into it. Like, enough of this. Let's just go right into it, right? So, hey!
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm here with Key. Wow, so you guys, wait, you still don't go with Lil Key, right? I mean,
we thinking about dropping it.
Please.
As of right now, I'm Lil Key still.
I know it's only for her, she the one shot. I gotta hold up, it don't matter if she need me, I'ma go. When she out of town, she see my shows right through the phone. I'm on track because of her, she got my from outside my back. I ain't gotta question loyalty, I know that for a fact.
Lil Key and Mama Jared, my girl, but she's the boss babe. Mama Key, she's the boss babe. Veronica, I'm here with her, and I have so many questions for them, but it's gonna be very fun, and I hope you guys sit back and relax and enjoy this conversation. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, Veronica, I've known you and Key we both worked together, and I've known you guys for 8 years.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Since you were in middle school.
6th grade.
6th grade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, when you think about it, I mean, time really flies.
Yes.
Yeah,
Time
It's crazy because you just never know where God's gonna take you. Because
No.
we were out in the world,
Yes.
workplace, and now we have our own
business.
Yes.
And entrepreneur life, and it's so funny when I got this opportunity to interview you guys, I started researching and listening to a lot of your music. I was like, I mean, I know you personally, but then listening to what you say,
yeah.
I had to, like, I went back. Remember before Key started, you first gave me his album, Backpack Flow, and I think he signed it. I was asking my husband, man, I wish I could get that the album and show you guys how this is being way back. I have it in my car.
Yes.
And I was like, and then I've looked at your interviews even 6 years ago, and just see how, oh my, yeah, this is, I can't believe it's just, I'm just reminiscing and remembering so much. And but before I even go to you, Key, I want to start with you because it's so humbling, and it's humbling to be here and to know what you've done to raise this young man up, and to see where he's come from, where I've known him when he's come to work and waited for you to get off work. Such a humble guy, and still humble, and just see how you've raised him. And I know you have a testimony. I know we've talked, and I know you have something to say. And I want you to just kind of take us back, even when he was born, like the story, and that will kind of give us a bigger picture of who this guy is and why he is who he is today.
I guess, just to kind of start off, I would first say, God has been on my side.
Yes.
You know what I mean? God has truly been on my side from the beginning till now, until forever.
Yeah.
And the support circle that we have is absolutely amazing. I didn't do it by myself.
Yes.
My husband is very involved, which is his dad. He couldn't be here today, but he plays a major role, in his career and my career. Like, the way that he supports us is unbelievable. So, I definitely want to give, the proper
credit.
Yes. Where it is due. But just to kind of take him back, take the story back and on how it all began. Like, people look at Lil Key now and say, he's amazing and he's like this special type of breed, and he just gives music a breath of fresh air, because a lot of people, they wouldn't even listen to hip-hop music anymore. They wouldn't listen to rap music anymore because it had no substance. And not to knock anybody out there who is doing music, to each his own, but I knew what we wanted to bring. We wanted to bring lyricism back into hip-hop, and that's why we started. He wanted to bring lyricism back, and then he also wanted to be able to let parents allow their children to listen to hip-hop music and not be able to skip a track.
Yes.
So that was our why, you know, from the beginning. But God knew that he was special in my womb because, you know, I didn't really have a complicated pregnancy. I had a complicated delivery. You know, that's what a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people, they misrepresent what's actually happened to him. People will say that, you know, Key's birth disability. And it's really not a birth disability.
Yes.
It is not a birth defect. It was a birth injury. Because when he was in my womb, he was completely fine. I didn't have those type of complications. When I had him, they pulled him out wrong. And they stretched the nerves in his neck, which gave him an injury called brachial plexus, where all of the nerves were damaged because he was so small. And so when you have an infant baby, you can't put so much force on their limbs. So, you know, it was a mistake in the delivery process, which resulted to him having the injury brachial plexus to his right arm. But, you know, through God and through, you know, the support of myself, my husband, and the rest of our family, you know, he's a super strong individual. He didn't let it stop him with anything. It's kind of funny because we didn't see music coming. We thought he was gonna be a football player.
Right.
Like, he was so heavily into sports, it was crazy. And I can let him touch on that, you know, how he was pretty much torn between the two because he was really good at both. So that is really, you know, the why we started music, you know, because we needed that. It was missing. Yes. And it was so well needed at that time. And now we're starting to see how much it was needed. And how well it's appreciated. Yes. So that's very rewarding for us. But he was special since the moment that he came into this world.
There's something that this woman has gone through that made her a strong person to raise you. And that's one thing. I know we've talked about it, but I wanted you to touch a little bit about how old you were when you gave birth to him and the things that you had to go through and still come out strong. And then we'll go to him.
I was actually a teen mom. When I gave birth to him, I was 17 years old. I was 17, and you know the statistics, like, oh, you know, young parent, they don't really know what they're doing. They're not going to persevere in life. You know, you just kind of fall into what the statistic of what people think. And for me, I knew what I wanted out of life. And I knew that I wasn't going to be the statistic that everybody thought.
Yes.
I was a senior in high school. I was actually getting ready to graduate, and I still graduated.
Yes.
You know, he was about a month or 2 months old at my graduation.
Wow.
Even after I graduated, I went on to college for nursing. And I graduated with a 4.0. Landed a job at one of the #1 hospitals in Baltimore, Maryland. It's funny because just a while ago I was going through like some old paperwork and I ran across my transcript. Wow. And, you know, and I showed them my transcript. Like, you know, as hard as I was on him through school, I want you to know that what I'm telling you to do, I did it too. You know, I had long nights of studying with an infant baby. You know, so wow. I'm cooking dinner and I got flashcards for my test the next day. So it wasn't easy, you know, but the bigger reward came out on the end. So even though, you know, I've stepped away and I'm in entertainment now and yes. I'm managing him full time, you know, I still always have that because I work so hard for it. And so that's just where we are today. Even, you know, there was a lot of people who didn't believe in me, but I had to believe in myself and to know that I was going to be able to do it. You know, my husband believed in me and he had my back every step of the way.
Yes.
Through it all. Like I said, it definitely wasn't easy. I was a teen mom. I was still in high school, but even after high school, I proceeded to go to college with the infant and I made it work.
Yeah.
You know, you don't fail until you quit.
That's amazing because nowadays with what we see and abortion being horrible in this darn age that it's just ridiculous that you have to abort a child up until 9 months. And it you know, it's like, why would they pass a law? And just looking back, what if people who were naysayers at that time told you to abort and, you know, abort Key? He wouldn't have summed up to be who he is today.
Exactly. And that is why he's here. I actually, you know, I've never even opened up about that.
Right.
So, you know, this would definitely be my first time.
Wow.
You know,
I'm so honored.
There's a lot of things that, you know, that people don't know.
Yes.
I'll say that, or that I've never opened up, you know, to even let the world. But, you know, what I will say to that is no, you know, we live and we learn new things every day. And no child comes with a book of directions or instructions on how to raise them and what advice to give them. So a parent do what a parent thinks that they're supposed to do. But I definitely, that was one of the things that I went through, of being told that I was too young and that I needed to abort him. And I stood firm that I was not going to do that. You know, it's like I put myself in that position, and I'm going to stand strong to walk all the way through it and be, you know, the best mother that I can be. I'm not saying that I didn't make mistakes along the way, but that was definitely an issue that I went through. It was very hard. It was very emotional, and I was told multiple times that, you know, you're just way too young, and this is not what you need to do. You're not going to finish school. You're not going to be this, and you're not going to be that. And I became everything that they thought that I wouldn't. And, you know, he was special. And God knew that he was special. And that's why, even with me being as young and being instructed by adults that that's what I needed to do, that I didn't give in and do it. Because he wouldn't be here today.
That oh my goodness, what a message. What a message, guys. Because I mean, you know, like I said, and I'll keep saying this because everybody know who Key is today. But the whole reason Key is who he is today is the upbringing of his parents, his mom, the faith behind it, and the sacrifices that they've poured into his life for him to be motivated to be who he is today. And that's why, to me, is very special for me to take it back and bring back memories and talk about that. And, you know, and the reason why this is very passionate to me is because I work in a program here in Baltimore called The Hiding Place, and we gear towards young pregnant women who are in crisis situation. And you know, that to me is, you help this young women out and tell them no to abortion, no to getting rid of your baby early, and make sure that you become better and transform your life to become better people. Like, these are perfect examples in what is happening today. That you don't have to make a choice, you don't have to choose what it is that the society is telling you to do, but however you can make a change and transform your life. And I'll give you all that information, but I felt like I needed to touch on that you know, Baltimore is a place where good things come from Baltimore, and things are happening. So definitely we'll touch more on that. But before I go deeper, I'm going to go ahead and focus on Key, because I feel like there's so many young ladies who are like, lady, get off this, and I want to talk to Key.
Yes, I started rapping at 10. I'm 19 now. Just turned 19 like a week ago. So, you know, my first song was Young and Bold, and I did that in about 2011, I say. And like, the way that went about was mainly because my family inspired me to do music. As far as my mother, my uncle, my aunt, everybody around me was really into music. So I just fell in love with music, and, you know, that's when I sat down, wrote a song myself, and that's how that came about. Once I did a show, she actually did a talent show, and I performed there. And I got you know, referred to more and more shows from there. So, and
you won that that show.
Yes, I did. The next show
I remember.
Referred to, I won that. So things were just started to roll right there. But, you know, making that first song, I say, was like it was my stepping stool. That's what helped me get out there. But Backpack Flow was the one that really gave me that push, because as far as talking about school and schoolwork and how you can get your education, that's something that will never stop, because everybody will always be getting their education, no matter how old you are. And then you got the youth that's always going to be going to school. It comes around every year when they go back to school. So that's how that helped me out, because when all of the back to school events were going on, everybody would book me to come perform that song. When school opened back up, I would be in the schools performing that song, talking to kids, telling them how I'm pursuing music and still doing my schoolwork at the same time. So that's how that just went about. And all of the Baltimore City, the mayors, councilmen, everybody just gravitated to that song and really liked it. And the numbers went up. Like, in the morning, they do morning announcements and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Instead, they played Backpack Flow. So it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Now, how has Key 6 years ago and now 2019? You're 19 years old. How has that music changed, or has it even changed at all?
I feel as though I've grown as an artist, as a person. So it just helped me, seeing different things in real life. It just brings you to your senses on what and what not to do as far as in music, because as a rapper, you're in the limelight, so you have to know what and what not to say, because people will take it real personal, even though it's music. So, at the same time, people still, like, music is an art, so people, if they want it to be real, but you can't go too far. And that's what I've learned. Some rappers have done that before, but when you sit back and just watch and learn from people's mistakes, what mistakes not to make.
Mom, this question goes to you. I've listened to his music back in the years back, and I've noticed his music tend to be clean. What and why did you go that route? What made you go that route?
It really kind of goes back to the why we started, because a lot of people wouldn't listen to rap music because it wasn't clean. They wouldn't let their kids listen to it because it wasn't clean. And so even me, myself, if you're riding in a car and, your child, quote unquote, want to turn up or listen to rap music, you couldn't do it because the music wasn't clean. So that was something that we wanted to be able to give to his peers and the younger generation. That they still have that same cool vibe, the same turn up music, but it's appropriate for them to listen to. So that's why we went that route. A lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people didn't even respect it. We had a lot of people who respected it, and then we had a lot of people who didn't. It was classified like, oh, that little clean rapper, or, he wasn't really received from some of his peers.
Right.
Until change came.
What I think is, like, I think it was the right route as far as with me being that age, like 10, 11 years old. Like, that's not the time for that type of music, so it's like you're not going to win either way. Like, in that situation, like, you're going to win, but it's going to take longer. At the end of the day, if I'd have started using profanity in my music at 11, 12 years old, you'd have had people like, why you letting him do that? He don't know what he talking about, and it'd have been backlash like, this little kid out here doing this and that. But then when you have me doing the right thing, going the right route, then you have the younger peers like, why you not doing that? Because they think it's cool to do that. So, we went with the route of pleasing the people that's going to give me opportunities. And that's the people that's in the business. So from a kid standpoint, the people that's in the business, me being around that age, that's like the producers and directors that's at Disney and stuff. They're not going to pick up a kid that's doing that type of stuff. So that's how I actually got on the rap game. Nobody on that show was using profanity at the time in their music. So.
Yeah. Now, I remember when your mother signed that contract to Jermaine Dupri.
Yep.
I remember. And look at how far from that show, what did you take away from that show, and how do you think it has helped you where you are today?
You develop each and every week. If you go and watch from week 1 to the day we left, you can tell like each and every one of us has grown, you know. So like from week 1 we started and we had to memorize a rap in like 24 hours, less than that, and I've never done that before. So right there, right from the start, they were working on your memory, you know. On how quick you can memorize things, because in this music industry, sometimes that's how things are. They might call you a day before, like, hey, I want you to perform this and that at this show tomorrow, even though you may not have nothing. Write it tonight, get it done. And it's just that, you know, and there's people in the industry that can do it. So like that's like you're going to be competing with everybody in this industry. So that's what he taught us right there. And that week I did mess up because I never did that before. So it was new to me, but you know, I got it as we went on, and they made us do it again. I got it because right there it was practice. So each and every week we just learned new things. You know, we met so many celebrities that taught us. They taught us the path that they went down, and you know just how they got to where they are today. And you know it may not work for us because of the timing. You know things are different, but they taught us what they did now, how we can tweak it. You know what may work and what may not work. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri for giving me the opportunity. You know, it just has helped me develop as an artist and just staying ready at all times. You know, be ready to go get it at any time because you never know when that time is coming.
Exactly.
That is so funny. I just want to kind of like interject on that because he has had that task come. He actually did a show for WBAL.
Okay.
Seasons to Celebrate, and it was that same type of situation. They called the night before and said, we're filming tomorrow. We need him. This is the beat that we need him to write to, and we need it by like 11 a.m. in the morning, and it was like 10 o'clock at night.
They wanted us to write about Little Drummer Boy, which is Christmas, and it was to like a hum with someone singing. So it wasn't even like a hip hop type of beat. So it was real odd. But you know, like with me, I've been in a situation like that because on the show they do things like that. They test you. So it was kind of, I won't say it was easy for me to do it for WBAL, but I mean it was testing. But it wasn't hard because it was something that I did.
It wasn't as shocking, I guess.
Wow.
And we were able to do it. The show was a hit.
That is such a beautiful testimony. That is good. That is awesome. Now, I know you just recently came out. Is that an album or a music? The one called Smile.
Smile. That's my single off of the EP that I dropped in October. It's called Something Special. What
inspired you, or what made you, or you know, basically what I'm trying to say is, you know, with everything that you're going through, with people talking about your disability and all that stuff, and you know, from it being 11 or 10 to now 19, and you just recently released a single called Smile. What inspired you to write that song?
Mainly because we all have things, people, or something that just makes us smile. So you know, when Mike Colombo sent that beat over, it was just a happy, fun type of feeling, you know, and we was just like, hey, like this could be like a great up-tempo type of record. And at the time, like I already had lyrics like written, you know, because we were already in the midst of writing the EP. So when the next beat gets sent, we just saying, okay, does this fit? And we like, okay, this goes. So when we created the hook, like, hey, you make me smile, is real simple. It was catchy, and it was something that everybody can relate to.
Yes.
Because of course you're going to smile about something. Everybody loves the feeling of laughter. So you know, that's what made me just create that song.
Now let's set the record straight. I just need to know this for myself.
Oh Lord.
Are you in a relationship or not?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we've heard it now. Case shop is closed, y'all. It's done off the market. Leave him alone. That's how you not know
them. We still love and respect all of our fans.
Of course,
yes,
of course.
All the time.
And I always tell artists, because people will always be like, oh, I'm looking for a manager. A manager will make or break your situation. A manager will make or break your career. So just knowing how to talk to people, how to conduct an email, how to pull certain information together. All of those things are very important in pushing a artist. You have to do your research. It's not easy, but it's worth it. You know, you gotta research, you gotta learn more. And in anything that you're doing, there's always something new to learn.
Yes.
You have to perfect your craft in anything that you do. So, you know, having patience, having understanding, and having the knowledge and the wisdom to complete the task, because ultimately you have someone else's life and someone else's career in your hands. Yeah. So that is my advice to whoever wants to take on, because even though we make it look easy, it's not easy. And you know, when people are not, when those phone calls stop coming and they not calling no more, you gotta go after that situation or that gig or that show or that movie for your artist. So, you know, it's highs and lows in this, and you gotta be able to move through them all.
Exactly.
Everybody that knows me and follows me, they know that I continue to put up rap videos, continue to just do music and do what I'm doing. You know, if you don't follow me, you can follow me everywhere at BMorelilkey, BMorelilkey, and that's that, man. That's everywhere.
And just something else that I have to add to that. As a manager or as an artist developer, know what you have. Yes. You know what I mean? Do you just have a rap artist, or do you have a brand? You know, and for me, Lil Key is a brand. Yes. He's not just a rap artist. He is a multi-talented billionaire. Yeah, I'm claiming it. Amen. Right now, I am, because you know, he's a rapper. He's an actor. He's a motivator. He's a writer. You know, he's a writer. He's a brand.
People like to say I'm a singer too, but I don't.
He said, "Baby girl, you make me smile."
I don't think I'm a singer.
Like Lil Key said, you know, you gotta be consistent, and you know, y'all can follow me as well. On Instagram is Mama Key, of course. You know, MAMAKEY_. And on Facebook, I'm just, you know, my natural self is Taronica Vaughn, and that's TARHONIKAVAUGHN Myers. Yeah. MYERS. So, and I mean, that's where you can find me. You know, I do consults, but you know, that's a topic for another time. Absolutely. But you know, if y'all need me, I'm here. I'm available. You know, you know. It costs a little bit to get my secrets. I'm just saying, because it ain't easy. But, you know, I'm definitely here to uplift and to help. But just know that, you know, we make it look easy, but it's definitely not easy. Sometimes I'm up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, sending emails. You know, sometimes I'm on the computer for 8 hours straight, handling business and sending out the press kit and the EPKs. So, you know, you definitely, what you put in, this is what you will get out. Yeah. It's not easy to get landed on a major network, you know, so definitely, you know, put in the work.
That's awesome. We will wrap this up. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. Key, would they get, I mean, if people want to reach out to you, tell them all your social media platform.
Everywhere, BMorelilkey, BMorelilkey. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You name it, it's there. Yeah. It's BMorelilkey.
And I'm gonna make sure I leave this all in the description box, and just you guys make sure you check him out. This has been an amazing interview. I am so humbled, so honored. Thank you for the opportunity. I know this is just one of many to come. Because watch this space. Trust me, it's gonna blow your mind, and we're gonna look back and just look at all the things you've said and just how far you've come. And you know, I just want to thank you guys. And also, make sure you check out the Hiding Place. It's admin@hidingplacemd.com if you want to send me an email. And this is in regards to in Baltimore for young pregnant women who are in crisis situation. And you know, we always promote just you know, pro-life and no need for abortion. And you know, definitely check out the space, and I'll give you guys more information on that. But it's been great. It's been awesome.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you again.
Don't forget stay tuned. Remember, Key got some surprises coming. So y'all don't want to miss this surprise.
You don't want to miss
this. Even if you miss it, it's still gonna come to you because it's gonna make that much noise.
I will make sure I make some noise. I will make sure. So
you
thank
see
you.
It a month later, you still gonna be just a surprise.
Yeah. So thank you, and don't forget to tune in to Adaku Inspires. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on social media, Adaku IG, YouTube, AdakuInspires.com, and I'll keep you guys posted. And there's so much more to come. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
Bye.